The recording is on, Shane. You can kick it off.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another exciting webinar on cool tools from intelligence software. Shane McCusker here. I'm joined today by my colleague Pierre Strauss, who's sitting beside me, and also Martin Lee. Martin is the best person in the world to get involved in this conversation because Martin runs the LinkedIn group for, hold on, let me get this right, Martin, cool free recruiting tools.
Cool.
No, I've got that wrong.
You got me confused now. Cool free tools for recruiting. Cool
there you go, trips off the tongue. There you go. Well, I told you you're the perfect person to have on board for a topic of cool tools and techniques for recruitment. Now, whilst we ask people to register for this, as part of the registration process, we also ask people to tell us what cool tools are currently in use within the recruitment industry. And Pierre, you have hot off the presses the results of that survey.
Yeah, it seems to be a clear favorite, the same as the group we had this morning of about 100 people. LinkedIn seems to be the coolest tool that recruiters in South Africa is using, and then followed by the job portals, which the two most prominent ones there would be Career Junction and PNet, and in third place is intelligence. So it's quite cool that we got the third place there, and then fourth is Facebook, which is really great because today we're going to talk about Facebook as well and some tools for it. So there you have it, the top 4 cool tools being used by South Africans, or the 100 people that's listening into this webinar today, is LinkedIn, job boards, intelligence, and Facebook.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Just so everybody knows, this morning we were running 2 webinars today on cool tools. We did one this morning. This afternoon's Martin's obviously joining us this afternoon, so we're under a little bit of time pressure. It's a totally different webinar this afternoon from this morning. Both webinars are being recorded, both are up on our website, and you can see that this morning's is already on our website. Okay, right, I'm going to kick it off, and I'm going to do my cool tools first of all, and then we'll have Martin and Pierre joining in there and after, or join in at any time you like, gentlemen. You will be looking at my screen at this moment in time. I happen to be on our website, but a few things to note. I am using Firefox as the browser, and I have a Firefox add-in. Firefox has lots of add-ins. The other browsers tend not to have, but Firefox has lots of them. And the one I've got loaded at the moment is Boolean bar. Now, we've done webinars before and presentations before on Boolean search and sourcing techniques. And it's very, very powerful. It's absolutely the thing that every recruiter needs to know inside out and upside down. But, of course, it takes a little bit of time to get your Boolean strings correct. And people are been contacting us with regard to help on this matter. Boolean bar does it all for you. Because with a Boolean bar, I can hit the drop-down. And if I choose Google or Yahoo or Bing, I can immediately choose the searches I want. So I want a broad search on Bing. Press the button and it'll create a Bing search and it'll put in an example Boolean search. In this case, it's looking for an engineer, designer stress, and it's looking for the word resume or in title or whatever else. Not only does it do job boards, search engine searches, you've also got social network searches. So if you want to learn how to search LinkedIn, it produces all the Boolean searches for LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Craigslist, and so on. Some of the searches that I always have difficulty remembering how to do are the likes of people search, email searches. This is really good. If I click on email search, mail to, it gives me a Boolean string to search emails. Now, I tried this earlier on, and all I did was change Merrick.com over to South African Bank, FNB.COZA, run my search. According to Google, I've got 125,000 results. I don't believe that. I think we've got about 300 or 400 results, but these are predominantly email addresses for people that work in F&B. A really powerful way to do a whole raft of different searches available to you at the time. I'll come back to Boolean bar in a second, but I want to show you my second really cool tool. And my second really cool tool is, you'll see again on my toolbar at the top, I've got a little W symbol within a no. That stands for Outwit. And there's 2 products I have. I'm going to talk about Outwit Hub, and I'm going to leave Outwit Docs for Martin to talk about. But this is what Outwit Hub does. I'll click on it. Outwit Hub is an internet scraper. And what I mean by that is it looks at the browser or an internet site and tries to scrape information off it. And Outwit Hub is it can be a complex product, but it can also be a simple product, but it is massively variable in the way that you use it. But I'm going to show you the simplest way to do it. I'm doing an X-ray or a Boolean search here for email addresses. On the bar on the left-hand side, I'm just going to press emails. And as I do that, it immediately returns all the emails from that page. And I've just realized I should have got my page returning 100 results. Let me go back to my page, click on advanced search, scroll down a little bit, click on 10 results, go to 100 results, advanced search, get my results back, click on email again. Oh, that still hasn't worked for me. No matter, that's page number 1. And as I step through the pages, it'll pull all the pages together for me. And it's a really powerful way to get all the pages that I'm looking for. And as you can see, most of these pages are for people that work in F&B. A really powerful and clever way of getting information. You can do much more. You can pull more information together for you in terms of the URLs of those pages, details from those pages, or whatever else I want to search. Okay, let me just go back to my Boolean bar, and I want to just finish off the little talk on that. There's a few other bits and pieces in this. This is just useful for getting clued in as to what's going on. Recruiters who Twitter, whenever I looked at this, I thought, I know most of these people. Recruiting Animal, he does a radio program, and I think I've been on it. Craig, some of you will know because I did a video with Craig not so long ago, and I constantly bump into him at the True Experience. Jenny, I don't know, sorry. Bill Borman is my social media mentor, and I'm really delighted to announce that Bill's going to be in South Africa in November, because myself and Virpia and Bill are putting together the first recruitment unconference in South Africa. It's going to be True SA, and it's happening in November. Some of these other people are massively influential, very worth following, particularly Glenn Cathy, Boolean Black Belt. If you want to know about Boolean search, he is the man to follow. And the one other area, I'm just going to hit the drop down. Actually, I'll just click on that. I want to show you where you get this from. This is the Boolean bar, and it comes from this website. Hopefully it'll go there. There we go. This is Recruiting Tools. What do you know? There's Craig and Jeff and Maha, picture of them. This website, I only looked at this the other day when I was preparing for this, and I hadn't been there before, but there's all sorts of fascinating stuff in it. Click on Cool Tools, go to your sourcing tools. It gives lots of articles in there. I did happen to notice that on page 2, if I select that and scroll down a little bit, what do you know? There's an interview with Intelligent Software and my very good self. That was recorded in Recruit Fest last year. So there's all sorts of interesting stuff there on that page, a really useful resource. One other web page I'm going to point you to, Outwit. That's outwit.com. The Outwit tool, the Google Docs, and the other Google tools, Hub and Images, are free to download. Boolean bar is free to download. So these are free, cool tools for recruitment. That's my sales pitch over. Guys, what do you make of that?
Just a question, how would you apply? I mean, that's a really cool and powerful tool in terms of getting email addresses, especially if you're looking for HR professionals within certain companies or certain email addresses. But how would you, have you got any other application for that tool? Either to get candidates, or get hold of candidates, or get hold of clients, or get hold of vacancies? Or?
Well, I can tell you what I did with it, but I think Martin's the expert on this subject. I was doing some promotion of our LinkedIn group. Did a search for some of the recruitment agencies, tried to find some recruitment company email addresses, got the email addresses. 2 seconds later, I had the email addresses into Excel. 2 seconds after that, I had them in an invite window in LinkedIn and sent invites out to join the South African Recruiters Group. So it's just a really quick way of working. It is a little bit spammy if you don't know what you're doing, or if you really try and scrape large numbers. But that's what I do with it. Martin, you're the expert in this area. You're a hands-on recruiter. What do you use it for?
Well, I'd vouch for that, in that Outwit is only taking the details from whatever search you put in. So if you're interested in jobs, or if you're interested in companies or email addresses, it will only take the information that you're putting into your initial search. So as long as you've got your search right, then it will take whatever information you need. And yes, I do use it for jobs, I do use it for CVs, and I'll show you that in a second, actually. But email addresses as well, and I've used it to connect with people on LinkedIn. So I'm looking at people within a specific market sector, looking for their email addresses, and I'll show you how to do this in a minute. And then
Okay, well we can actually do that now if you'd like us to. I'm sure VRP would be able to change the presentation over to your screen.
Yeah, Martin, just hang on for me for 1 second. I'm just making you the presenter, so that should come across within the next 2 seconds.
That's it. Okay.
So whenever
so there's the group. Just
there we go.
can you see that? Okay.
Got it.
Good. Okay. So there's the group. So that we can all understand the exact wording of it, me included. If you want to join it, here's a lady, another lady I would recommend you follow if you're interested in Boolean strings. Irina Shamaeva. She runs a group on LinkedIn as well called Boolean Strings. So there's loads of information, loads of experts in there who will help you with your particular strings. I'm going to go on to Facebook in a bit, and that will link in with the other presentation. Let's just carry on this searching and using Outwit. So here's, for example, a string which I wrote just before the webinar, searching the South African version of LinkedIn for accountants. What I'm doing here is I'm looking specifically for Gmail, Yahoo, so I'm looking for email addresses like this. Once I've got those details there, then there's the button as was on Shane's, and I can download those particular emails. Once all I did want to just show you before I do that, and this is to win the competition between Shane and VP, and I think this should do it for you. Is that once
We're worried, Martin.
Yeah, I didn't tell you about this one. Once you've got a search like this, as you know, in regular Google, you scroll down to the first page, and that's the end of the results. What we want to do, however, is to keep going, which is, as you can see, this is what it's now doing. This is a Firefox extension called Auto Pager. You just need to search Google for Firefox Auto Pager, and it will basically make your whole search into one page.
And what that's actually doing is it just taking, you can see there's about 13 pages or whatever there, it just takes it and makes it one long page.
Yeah.
Very clever.
And the benefit of that, of course, is I can then click on the page, Control A, which gives me all of these email addresses here. I can then use my second cool tool, which is this, which is an email extractor. Hang on a sec. Here we go. And there's my emails. And it's very kindly put them all into with a comma as well. So what I can then do is copy the whole lot, go to my LinkedIn, click on contacts, and then we can invite people to connect.
I think you just beat the pants off Shane. He's going to lose his crown from this morning.
Yeah, that's right. So we invite people to connect. Here we go, add connections. Make sure your search is specific to the people you're looking for. There we go. And that's instantly how you increase your LinkedIn network. Send invitations. The problem is you can't write a message with those, whereas you can do when you're doing it individually on LinkedIn. But these are people, most of them will connect with you, increases your LinkedIn connection. I would just give you one word of warning with that. Be a little bit careful, because if you send too many requests to too many people and they don't know you, then you will get a little telling off email from LinkedIn like I did. But it doesn't mean that much. But you know, try to connect with people who are relevant to your particular industry.
What I found, Martin, was quite useful as well was rather than sending him a connection request to my own profile, I was using our group to do that, and then sending the invites from the group. And then when they join the group, then ask for a connection. Yeah, and it seemed to be a little less spammy. Yeah,
that's a good idea. So that was just a couple of tools there. I'll obviously the video is on Shane's website if you want to get the URLs of these particular things here. Okay, another cool tool if you have a look in my group, there's the lady Arena who we just mentioned. She creates Google custom searches. So she's created this particular one, which is looking for documents only via the internet. So we can put our regular string in, and we can specify which kind of documents we're looking for. So in this case it's docs, which are most likely CVs. I have put in my string CV or resume, and this is where, whoops, let's just go back.
Martin, how do you create a Google custom search? As I don't want to distract you too much from your thought process, but I don't think I've seen that before.
Have you not? Just search for Google custom search. It's kind of intermediate level, I would guess, but there is some explanations there. There'll probably be another webinar just to show you how to do it. But you can search, you can create a Google custom search for anything you like, whether it be types of documents, whether it be email addresses, anything you like. And so, you were talking about Boolean, this Boolean string thing, but you can actually create your own ones there, which is, I find Boolean bar very useful, but it is kind of a basic thing and not really relevant to me, so I try and create my own particular ones, and I use it by using Google Custom Search. Have a look at it. If anybody is stuck with it, then connect with me on LinkedIn, ask me a question, and I'll help you with it. So, there we go. We have some CVs or docs. We can obviously look for PDFs as well, and this is where we use Outlook Docs. There we go. So Outlook Docs is now extracting the CVs as per this particular search that I'm doing. And I'm sure Shane will talk to you about dropping these into your ATS and then making them searchable. So this is a way of searching for CVs via the internet and then dropping them back into your database. A great way to increase relevant candidates that you have, and all the other things that CVs have. Great business development opportunities. Normally people are talking about where they're working, what they're doing, that kind of thing. Outlook Docs, as Shane said, it's completely free. There is a paid version, but you can download the free version, which works pretty well for most people. Okay, moving on. I just wanted to do a bit on Facebook, because I did a webinar with Arena last week where we talked about Facebook, because as recruiters, Facebook is one of the most frustrating social media platforms there is, because I read yesterday there's up to 700 million people now on Facebook. The problem is, as recruiters, is that we want to find them. We want to find these people and we want to engage with these people in a non-intrusive way. Sending a friend request is not a good way of doing it. People won't connect with you that way. So how do we do it? Okay, I have a button on my Facebook called Find Friends. You may or may not have it. Arena doesn't have it. I do have it in the UK. I don't know whether it's geographical or not. What Find Friends allows me to do is to search for people at companies. And I know there's over 1 million people on LinkedIn in South Africa, but I guess there's a lot more people on Facebook. So the secret to sourcing for me is looking where people are hanging out. And Facebook is going to be one of those places for you guys. So I can start searching for companies. And here's some people. I can add other things such as location, hometowns, what even school they went to, so you can look at particular universities that specialize in certain technologies, for example, mutual friends, and then I can click on people. Now, this is the big thing. This guy is currently working at Microsoft. He has worked at IBM. The big thing at the moment, and this not many people know about this, is that before we only had this button here, add as a friend. We now have a button where we can message anybody. It's a default setting in Facebook, which most people haven't changed, and you can now email people or message people from Facebook. The other really cool tool is that you can now attach a file. So you can record a video, you can send them a job description, or if you're really bold and you're searching for clients, you could send them a CV. There's the take a picture or video. So this is new. This is something to use while it's there. People will become aware that it's a setting which they need to change, but at the moment, use it while you can.
Tell me, Martin,
you
is that
haven't got
just a quick question on that? That Find
Yeah.
Friends, is that something that you said just randomly appeared? It all of a sudden it was there and you noticed it, or?
Yeah, I think it. I mean, it just appeared on mine, and obviously, me being me, I clicked on it and thought, right, how can I use this for recruit? When you go into it, there's all these messages about, are you single? Do you want to? I think it's kind of like a singles thing, but you know, obviously, I use that to be able to find people based on this criteria I've got here. So some people will have it, some people won't have it. If you don't have it, this is how to find it. On your home page here, click Friends, click down to Other Tools and Find Friends, and then you can find friends, classmates and co-workers. And there you go, that will take you to it. Just to show you that again quickly, because I think you probably want to have a look, you probably want to use this. On the home screen, Friends, Find Friends, and there you go. And then you can start searching that way. There is another tool within Facebook. I'm giving you so many tools, I'm definitely going to win this competition. There was another one, let's just, here, which is called Advanced Search. Pretty handy thing for a recruiter. It enables you to search for a variety of things. And just give us a sec while this loads. Here we go. So again, finding people, groups, businesses, applications, events, posts. Posts is what I like. You can literally look for whatever people are talking about. Here we go. Look, it's kind of a singles thing here, but I'm using it for recruiting. Keywords. I can put in anything you like. And these are people who aren't my friends are talking about things. Look, jobs. You can put in anything you like. Really handy tool to have. You know, loves programming, hates my job, whatever it may be. You can put in there. Events, pretty cool as well. You can start looking for. I'm an IT recruiter, so I look at technologies. I'm looking at events. So I'm looking at where people are going. These are, you know, potential candidates to me. So these are events coming up. Let's have a look at this event. Linux Day. Here we go. Some people going on it. Again, we can message and we can attach job descriptions. Are you hearing me, guys?
Yeah, I think we're both sitting here with our mouths open, so...
Good. It all went quiet.
We're taking down notes and focusing with a lot of attention, Martin.
Yeah, okay. The problem we have with this tool, this Find Friends and the Advanced Search, is that we want to search for people based on current job title. So how do we do that? Find the search string that we put in. Here it is. So go back to Boolean. We're searching within Facebook. We're putting the site colon feature. Excuse me. Job title to give us those two words together. An area, and in URL people. We're only looking for particular people. And we click on that Google search. You then go through to Facebook, and then we can message. I charged people to show them that last week, but there you go. So a couple more free tools for you. That links on nicely.
As far as I know, Martin, that Boolean X-ray search is available on the Boolean bar as well, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. I just wrote that myself, but yeah, I guess that will be on there as well. But I just, you know, it's a simple one.
Tell me, Martin, have you used this before with success? I mean, how open are people to accept or to discuss potential jobs on Facebook?
I think, as we said, if you're trying to add people as friends, it's intrusive. You know, people won't do that. They don't want to share what they've been up to at the weekend with you as a recruiter. But if you're just messaging them, and it is literally just a message with a job description, and you're hitting the right person in the right location with the right job, you will get a good result. I've had great success doing this. It's not commonly known to do this. I haven't seen many other people talking about it. But use it while you can. I guess people will change their settings so that you can't message them, but use it while you can at the moment.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a very cool one.
Yeah. Just another quick one for you. This is something called Bruct.com, which is similar to Arena's document search. So you can again put your search in here. You can search for Word documents, even Excel spreadsheets. Pretty good one for if you're looking for email addresses, for example, and then download them using Outlet. PDFs, that kind of thing. So that's Bruct.com. I think that pretty much covers me for now, VP. If you want to carry on, we've got 15 minutes or so. But as I say, any questions on this sort of stuff, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to answer. Are there any questions come up from people?
No, I think the people are the same as us. We're just trying to absorb everything that was there. That was really fantastic. It's first time I've seen that, and really, really interesting.
Okay, Virpa. Well, I've done my cool tools. Martin has done more than we expected, but I'm delighted for him to do so. You're up next, Virpa. It's the challenge. The gauntlet has been thrown down. You try and beat that.
I should have gone before Martin. Okay, well, while you were doing that, I actually found, just try to open that Find Friends thing. Seemed to have worked.
Just hold on a second, Virpa. Your screen's not coming up for us yet, but hopefully it'll get there in a second. There. Oh, I'm still with Martin. Unless you're looking at Facebook.
So hang on a sec.
I'm looking at Facebook.
Ah, okay.
Got it? Okay. The tools I'm going to be looking at today is job posting tools for Facebook. And I've kind of came across two applications. The one is the Work For Us, which is called Work For Us. It's designed by Work For Labs. And the other one I'm going to be talking about is Branch Out. So just those two today, but I'll take you through the Work For Us application. Now, what this does, it's what I like about this application. It's really, really easy to use. You don't have to even think about using it. It plugs into your fan page really easily. You can post jobs through it really easily. And this page you're looking at right now is just the intelligence fan page that we put together. So you'll see there's some videos of Shane. There's also a job that I've created for a sales manager. Now, what I like about this Work for Labs application is that you can import jobs from the internet. So a little clever thing they built in is whenever you register for the app, you can actually go and search, type in your company name, and that will actually go look for your jobs all across the internet. So it'll pick jobs up on Career Junction, PNet, wherever your jobs are. It picks them up, it pulls them in, and you can post them on your site. In addition to that, you can also post jobs via your ATS. It's very well integrated, so it works with HRXML, so you can post jobs from your ATS onto your fan page. You can also accept applications from the page straight back into your ATS. So a very, very useful tool. And in terms of the sharing capabilities of this, if there's a couple of ways a couple of things you can do with it. You can like it. So if I obviously like this job, that will appear on my feed. I can add a comment to it as well. And I like the sharing option because when you press share on that, there's a couple of places where you now can share that job so other people can see it. You can either do it on your own wall. You can post that on a friend's wall. So if I like that job and I say, well, let's give that to Shane. And I say, well, Shane, there you go. And there's a job for Shane. So if I think Shane is great for this job, I can post that straight to him. Or the other way is you can, if you belong to groups, maybe sales organizations, sales groups, marketing groups, you can post it to the group. Or on your own page, or I can send a private message to Shane. So a couple of ways you can distribute this jobs, which is quite useful. And if I just fire that one off to Shane, that then goes on to Shane's wall, which is really cool. A couple of other things you can do with that app as well. If I just move back to it, Work For Us. There we go. Let me know when that's updated on your screen. Getting there. Yep, I'm getting there. Getting there. Okay. Another thing which is quite useful, I like the reports on it because it's quite important to track what kind of responses you get from these social sites, and this app makes it quite easy. So I can see exactly there if the job is still active. I can deactivate it there. I can see how many views the job got, how many applicants, how many likes. Again, I can share the job straight from here. And what's also nice about this is the advertise your job section, which you can advertise this job to potential people on Facebook that would be interested. Now, they mention on their site that they've got statistical methods to suggest the best advertising fit. And what it actually does is picks up keywords from your post and your job spec, and then it suggests potential profiles on what's been successful in the past. So again, a really nifty little feature. So very, very nice little app. It starts at $9. I think is the entry level price. There might be a free version, but I think they've discontinued that. And then it goes up to $800 for all sorts of postings. So that's work for us. The other one I wanted to chat about.
There's a free trial on there, I think.
Yes, that's the one I'm currently using. So there's a free trial. I think it's for 30 days.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people are put off with Facebook ads because they're not sure. They think it's going to cost them a fortune. But there is an option in Facebook ads just to limit the amount you spend as well. So you could literally say, I only want to spend a certain amount of money. There you go. And do it that way. I would thoroughly recommend Facebook ads. It's very, very targeted to your audience, and you decide what that audience is.
Yeah, so that exactly, that allows you to that option there just allows you to set a budget for how many dollars or rands you want to spend. Okay, let's look at the other one I've got, which is branch out. Now this one, I like this one specifically because it acts a lot like LinkedIn in terms of telling you who you know within companies that you might want to deal with or you might want to work with. So it's got a range of applications and tools and toys on here. So you can see there it allows you to interact with other people by selecting, who would you enjoy working with, and this is from your friends. You can also see there's a job section at the bottom here. There's endorsements. There's all sorts of stats and things you can do. I'm more interested in this company tab at the top, so I'm just going to move over to the companies tab. So you can see there I can reach a potential of about 6,078 odd companies. Let's say I'm quite interested in working with Microsoft. I can click on Microsoft, and immediately I can see there's 23 connections that is connected to me in Microsoft. So if I click on those, I'll see I actually have friends. And then I have, you can see I've got no friends at Microsoft, but I've got friends of friends, which is connections of my connections and my friends that could put me in touch with the right people. And there you can see there's 23 of them, and what all of them is connected to Will Bowman. Well, good man to know then, because he can put you in touch with anyone you want to know. So that's what I really like about this app, is the fact that you can see who works where. If you're looking to do business or looking to find candidates, you can get in touch with your Facebook network to get in touch with those people. I did, however, come across a lot of posts that suggest that this site is very spammy, and they tend to overdo it with the emails to Facebook people. But I think it's a fairly cool app to use, very useful. So that's my apps. Oh no, I've got one more.
LinkedIn.
One more.
You're forgetting the good one.
The best one that there is. Right. Came across this one yesterday, and I don't know why it's taken so long to find this. But basically, it is called the LinkedIn Browser Toolbar, and you can see that I'm using Firefox, so it's installed on Firefox at the top there. Let's just take our YouTube video from this morning. So there's our cool tools for recruitment webinar we did this morning. And if I want to share this on LinkedIn, now you see this LinkedIn tool, it does a couple of things. First of all, you can search LinkedIn straight from here. You can see there, you can look at your profile, you can add connections, you can find people, find jobs, all sorts of things. But I like the share on LinkedIn button right here. So if I click on share on LinkedIn, opens up another window, and that window basically takes the URL or the site that I'm currently on, and it puts it into this secondary window. And now I can post that to updates. So I can just say they I'm going to put their webinar from this morning. So I can send that to my LinkedIn followers. I can also post that to Twitter. I can post that to groups, which is fantastic. So if I want to send that to our South African recruiters group, I'm going to send that to South African HR group. Maybe cool free tools in recruiting, Martin, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say cool tools webinar. And I'm just going to type in, have a look at cool tools webinar. Martin, you can delete this just now if you want to. So I can send that to a couple of groups in one go. I can also send it to individuals if I want. So from here, maybe I can drop in email addresses, which is quite useful with that scrapers that you guys showed this morning. Maybe I just want to send that to Shane again. So I just type in Shane's name, send it to him as a connection. And once I press share, that's it. It went to multiple people all at once. And if you want to see how that looks, I'm on the South African Recruiters group here. Just refresh my page, and there we go. Cool Tools webinar, 8 seconds ago, and that's posted to 3 groups, a couple of individuals, Twitter pages, and it just goes everywhere, which is quite useful. So that's me. That's my Cool Tools for today.
Wonderful. A cornucopia of cool tools. Martin, have you got anything to add to that? Because I know you do posting distribution in other ways on LinkedIn.
Yeah, we were just talking about posting to just saving time, really. If you're a recruiter and you have a job, you post it into one group. But if you include a link to that particular post as opposed to just a text, then you have the share button will appear, and you can then share that job in multiple groups. So instead of posting it into individual groups, you just include your URL link, click the share button, and then post away to groups. And when I chop and change the groups I'm in depending on what requirements I have. In IT, I could be on Oracle one day and SAP the next. So if I just chop and change, I look for open groups, and there I go. There's my job going straight into the biggest target audience groups without doing it on an individual basis. So as long as you include the URL, you can share it in groups.
Well, there you are then. I mean, that's good to know. I mean, it's the story of both LinkedIn and Facebook. They're both massive sites, and there's all sorts of things that appear and disappear and tools, and you really need to be on the ball to watch what's happening and spot the changes and try and take advantage of them. Particularly, I mean, I know that I'm a very avid LinkedIn user, and LinkedIn is just full of so many bugs these days. It's also, you want to try and take advantage of the bugs that are there, whether they allow you to do things you otherwise couldn't. So there's a whole raft of things that are there. Pierre, any feedback on the questions that are coming in at the moment? Because we're getting so much stuff, there must be some feedback from our audience, I would hope.
No, just a couple of questions on some of the names and the practicalities where to find all these tools, which I think we'll probably post this video within the next couple of minutes. We'll go live on our site, and then we might also do an email.
Yeah, check out intel-sw.com. I've already put a few points up about this morning's webinar, and it's up there. We'll recap all these sites and URLs and little tidbits of information, and that'll go up onto that page as well if anybody wants it. Needless to say, if you've got any questions, by all means post on this, either the South African Recruiters group or Martin's group for Cool Tools. I'm sure, well, we follow both of those groups, so anyone or anybody else can comment on those and come up with any other cool tools. I think we've got a list of them now. Anything more to add, Virpio?
No, I think I'm going to go try out Martin's new techniques right now.
Well, before you do that, you're going to run our poll, because this is the main event for today. Earlier on today, unfortunately, Virpio wasn't massively popular with his poll.
Very nervous.
I think both myself and Virpio are nervous at this moment in time, Martin.
So we just
wanted to know, what do you think of the various
things we've talked about
today? What do you think is a cool tool? Is it Martin and his Facebook Magic, Boolean bar,
Go to the Boolean bar.
the Boolean bar, the
Work for us
LinkedIn, Facebook tools, and the LinkedIn website. Some of the other stuff we were talking about earlier on today, which is mentioned on our group, were things like Prezi for doing presentations, really useful tool, Budburner for doing videos, a whole raft of other really useful tools mentioned by Pascal, including Animoto. what were the other things we talked about earlier?
I don't know. I'm so excited. I've got a vote.
You're just seeing the results coming in. We can't see the results yet. Pierre was also talking about the whole raft of Google application suites that are out there, from Google Docs, which I think is brilliant for sharing and collating information using the cloud, also Google Mail and Google Calendar. So that was all discussed in this morning's webinar. And if you want to know anything about those.
Also say, Shane, that, for anybody who wants to have a look, just have a look at Firefox extensions and just have a look in there, and you will see things which are relevant to you, and you can search for the free ones. There's loads of stuff in there. I literally check it out every couple of days and find what's good for you in there.
There's so much stuff coming up, Martin. It's a full-time job to keep on top of it all. That's why we pay close attention to yourself and Arena to try and understand what the use is and the application is.
Hey guys, it looks like we've got 80% of the people that has voted, and it looks like, Martin, you have squeezed out the victory there with 31% of the votes. I'm just so happy I've got 9%, which is a 9% increase from my votes this morning.
Well, we sort of expected it, Martin. That's why we invited you along. As I said right at the start, there's nobody else on the planet we thought was as qualified to speak on today's webinar as you were, and we're really delighted you were able to take the time and take part in it. Thank you very much for that.
My pleasure, and I hope to see some of you guys in November.
Yeah, that's November. It's coming together. We're looking for venues in Cape Town in South Africa for an unconference. I'm in Cape Town at the moment. We're running around trying to look for things, either a corporate venue or a venue for hire. Unconferences tend to be lower cost, conversation-orientated conferences with a difference. Bill Borman is the master disorganizer, I think he calls himself, Martin. Am I right in that?
Yeah,
and it is absolutely. I've been to a lot of conferences in my life. Nothing has been as influential on the way that we run intelligence, the marketing campaigns, and the stuff we do social media-wise, as much as Bill and the true conferences have been. So absolutely delighted that he's interested in coming to South Africa, and that's happening in November, and we're really looking forward to getting a good crowd of people and just taking this information and a whole lot more and sharing it within the industry. So it's absolutely looking forward to it. Thank you very much for that. Anything more to add, Martin?
No, I think that would do it. I'd say anyone want to connect with me if you've got further questions, I'm happy to do that via LinkedIn.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Pierre.
No, just really enjoyed it. Learned lots of new things. Great to have you on, Martin. Shane, you as well. We'll probably look to do more of these in the future. But again, thank you for everyone that's connected in, that took part, that asked questions. Much appreciated.
Thanks.
Thank you. Talk again. All the best. Bye.